All right, how's it going, guys? It's been a little bit, I'm sorry, but today we have ourselves another medical miracle. I guess after the last video, the one where the guy has to drink 5 gallons of water a day, YouTube took note of that and said, we're gonna rearrange your preferences a little bit. And they said, hey, it seems like you're into some rare genetic disorders or whatever. And to that I say, YouTube, you got me. You got me. But then I come across this video, and just the title alone, woman who can't feel pain, eats one of the hottest chilies, whatever. I'm already bought into this a little bit more than the last video, because the last video I had never heard of that before in my life. This one, on the other hand, I feel like I've heard of, like in America or somewhere, there was a kid who felt no pain, and his parents were constantly having to take him to the doctor to get him x-rays and MRIs and stuff like that to make sure he hadn't broke anything. And so I feel like I've kind of heard of this before, but at the same time, it's very odd that it be on a morning talk show, because 9 times out of 10, morning talk shows are just the definition of fluff pieces. It's just the feel-good stories in the morning, the people helping people. So I'm kind of curious as to what they're going to do on this talk show to help explain what's going on. Nonetheless, let's just jump into it.
So whether it's physical or emotion, imagine what life would be like without any pain.
At all?
Any pain? Well, our first guest, Jo Cameron, she is an amazing woman. She's like something from the X-Men.
Yes,
that's
like
it.
a superpower.
X-Men, yeah. She's the only person.
Oh. So they're saying she's an X-Men, and she's saying, no, I'm very ordinary. Such a sweet little old lady. Again, definition of a fluff piece. Bring in the sweet old lady, and then get everyone feeling good for their day. So let's see if they can prove to us that she doesn't feel pain. I feel like they have their hands full. They can't show, this isn't the X Factor, they can't show sword swallowing or some David Blaine ice pick through the hand type shit that he was doing to like Kanye West and all of them that was tripping him out. So I don't expect any of that, which would solidly have me convinced. This, on the other hand, don't know how they're going to do it.
Person in the world with this condition means that she doesn't feel childbirth, surgery, she's even broken limbs, which we'll talk about, which didn't cause you any... No? Get out. What did you break?
My arm. When I was 8, I fell when I was roller skating, and I just went into the house, didn't tell anyone. And 3 days later, my mother said, your arm looks a bit strange. It's a very cut. We better go and see what you've done. And I'd broken it. I didn't know.
Didn't feel any...
No.
So already she's throwing out some pretty good claims, right? So she's saying that she was roller skating back in the day, and she fell down, broke her arm. She didn't tell anyone, and then her mom noticed that her arm looked a bit weird. She went to the doctor, got it checked out, and it was broken. And she didn't tell anyone, didn't know any better. Seems pretty legit. Don't know why she would lie about that.
The thing I find extraordinary, Jo, is that you weren't diagnosed until you were in your 60s.
No, because nobody takes any notice of someone with no pain.
Yes.
And I didn't think, I just thought, maybe I was extremely healthy. And I also thought I was clumsy because I was always having marks and bumps on my arm. But as a child, you don't look at a child who's crying thinking, I'd like to have pain like that. You might look and say, I'd like to have a bike like that. Doctors don't. If you're not in pain, there's so many people who are in pain. They're the ones who are looked at and noticed.
So, again, she makes a really good point, is that most of the time, doctors, we only notice people that are in pain. So if you're in pain, you go to the doctor. If you're not in pain, you just assume life's good. You don't assume something is wrong with you, so no need to get anything checked out if you're not in pain. And for her, she's never been in pain, so why would she need to check on anything wrong? For all she knows, that's how everyone else feels.
Why would her condition be of such interest then?
Yeah, I mean, Jo's condition is absolutely fascinating because mostly for scientists, they're interested because it means that it opens up a whole new journey of exploring pain medication. So particularly around post-operative pain, people who have chronic pain, and also anxiety and depression because you're immune from those as well. No fear, no stress.
She doesn't feel anxiety, depression, or stress. That she's a superhero.
There are two separate genes that are both not functioning quite as they should. So basically it means that they're not able to produce proteins in the right way. The
They're like your
proteins they
pain
produce.
receptors or something.
So they affect the pain receptors. So in Joe's case, her nerves are fine. So when we put our hands in this water, she'll feel the cold. But in order for your brain to register pain, it has to travel through the nerves and almost through several gates. And in us, the gates are open and closed, mostly open, but they can be closed. In Joe, those gates are closed the whole time. They're never open.
That was a long definition, and I don't even quite understand it. And I think she did her best to dumb it down. I'm just that stupid. But it sounds to me like there's some type of gene that lets proteins in and out of receptors. Like I said, that receptors that tell you whether or not you're feeling pain, and hers are always closed. Or the proteins make the gates closed that feel. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Ruth has this condition in complete reverse. It has to be said.
Literally, if you touch me, I go, ow!
Yes.
Ow! Stop it!
Just saying. I mean, it's in reverse.
All right, so I get it. All the cuteness aside, let's see how they're going to show that this lady doesn't feel pain. I do believe it because they've medically said how it can be done. And like I said, I've heard of it before, so I have no reason not to believe it. I'm just curious on this morning talk show how the hell they're going to prove it. Whatever. Let's see if they got it. By the way, I love the captions. This one, the real life ex-woman who can't feel pain.
So what we've got we've 4 big tubs of iced water
Very
here in
cold
front of us.
iced water.
Very. And the idea is we've got a commercial break coming up and we're seeing how long each one of us can put our hands in this
I bet
water.
you give up first.
Probably.
Oh, she's calling you out, boy.
So here we are. We've got a clock on the screen and everybody ready to dip. Here we go.
Both hands.
Yeah.
Oh,
Both
stuff that.
What's
Why?
Come on, Eamon.
No,
So this feels
is
uncomfortable,
What's the
isn't it?
point? That's pain.
You got to be kidding me. So they have the real life ex-woman on this show that feels no pain. And the exercise, for lack of better terms, that they go through to show that she doesn't feel pain is by putting their hands in a bowl of ice water. I'll get to this guy in a minute. But the real life ex-woman, they're putting their hands in water. Everyone in the world has sprained an ankle. What do? You put it on ice, 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off. I'm not a doctor. Don't know if that's medically correct. If it's not, just act like it is for a little bit. 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off. Anyone who's played sports for the most part, or a lot of people who've played sports, take ice baths. This isn't submerging body parts in ice water or ice is not. It's not uncommon. So for this to be something that the X-Men that feels no pain does to prove it, it's kind of embarrassing. But this guy, he didn't so much as dip his hands in water and said, "I'm out." Nope. This fairy-fingered little bitch couldn't even submerge 3 knuckles deep on each finger before he just said, nope, not even done. And it's not so much that I'm like calling him out about being a pansy, because I mean, he definitely looks like a big pansy. Like, have some pride, man. Like, your kids are probably going to see this. But it's just, he's just so uncommitted to the bit. It's just like, why do I have to, like, it's another fluff piece in the morning. Well, I'm not doing this. No, not doing it. Not doing it. Come on, man.
I think
Health
we should
and
let
safety.
you,
Get it out.
let you out. There's
Get it
a
out.
towel to dry off.
But listen, oh my goodness me. That feels, that's so cold. Gosh.
But
You
also,
are
this,
amazing.
Okay, so obviously this is just the laziest bit. I mean, it's not fun. Like, no one likes to, ice anything, especially if it's an ice bath. Like, that's not fun. You just have to deal with it. But he was just so non-committal. It was hilarious.
Now, my producer, nothing to do with me, and nobody was hurt in the making of this programme, I should have to say. My producer says that this is a Scotch bonnet, which is a form of chili, which is the hottest known thing on planet Earth, apparently, if you eat this sort of thing. And apparently you just can't... Zoe, you're a doctor here. This will raise her blood pressure, this will hurt her mouth, this would... my producer said to me, eat one with her, Eamon. I said, no. So...
Imagine that. I mean, to no surprise, Mr. Whopper Jr. Hands wants no part in this pepper. So, he's not going to try it. He clearly doesn't want to do anything that makes him uncomfortable on that set. Let him wear his suit, get that fat paycheck, and then I'm out the door come whatever time it is they're done.
Not even a slice.
Not even a
Not
slice.
even going to
Not even a
touch.
Oh, she called him out. She said, not even a slice, you little bitch. Nope.
slice. Are you seriously going to chew this?
I've only had one once before, and that was on video. I'll try it.
Right, are we okay? Is everybody happy with their time with it?
Are you happy, Zoe?
Okay.
Yes.
Go on, I'll try it.
So the doctor is making it out to be a big deal. I don't know what a Scotch bonnet is because I've watched Rhett and Link on Good Mythical Morning. A few years ago, they tried the world's hottest pepper, and I've seen it referenced before that it's the Carolina Reaper, and they just said that it's this Scotch bonnet. I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna have to look it up. So it says here Scotch bonnet. Most Scotch bonnet have a heat range of 80,000 to 400,000 Scoville. So it's similar in Scoville to habaneros, but it has it's sweeter than the habanero apparently, which habaneros we cook with often, like when we make chilies and stuff like that. I think we have one. Let me go see. All right, so it's close. Scotch bonnet. Let's see if she downs it.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
So would it be like...
So she takes a bite. Took a pretty deep. She bit it off like it was a damn grape.
So you can't taste burning in your mouth, and if you were to swallow that, I'm not suggesting you do, but you could swallow it, and then nothing down your esophagus into your stomach. Oh my word!
So what?
So she took a bite, chewed it up, downed it, and she said it's a warm, glowing feeling. So I don't think either these aren't as hot as they're trying to make it out to be, or she feels pain. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It's warm. I mean, it was already hot in here. I mean, I could power through. It's a nice. What'd she say?
Feel ill,
It's warm.
probably.
I have a nice glowing, warm feeling in my mouth.
Nice, glowing, warm feeling. Me too. Me too. Holy shit balls. I mean, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Fuck, lady. All right, Whopper Jr. Hands. This is your out. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Fuck. All right, I mean, I was calling you out with ice. I think that was legitimate. That was. I think that was a legitimate criticism. You could have manned up. You could really just put your hands in the water. But I don't. I'm getting lightheaded. Dude, if you'd have just stuck your hands in the water, I'd have believed everything. But you bitched out. You bitched out. All right, conclusion time. So, one of two things. Either this lady's the real deal and she doesn't feel pain, and they did fluff this up a little bit, or they swapped the pepper with like some borderline dehydrated cherry tomato, and if they did that, that's fucked up. Whatever. Whatever. I don't even care anymore. Good on you, lady. I hope you don't feel this. I hope you don't feel this. I hope you don't feel this pain. You don't deserve this. You don't deserve this. All right, well, that's been it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Whatever. It was fun. Not really. My mouth was real fucked up right now. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe. It helps me out. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.